Thanks for joining us at English Podcast, where learning English feels simple and enjoyable.
We share stories, real conversations, and tips to help you grow day by day.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep creating for you. The city was breathing a different kind of air tonight. It was late, past midnight, the kind of late where the usual hustle and bustle fades away, and a quieter, more mysterious energy takes over. I was walking home from a late shift at the library, a place of quiet in the daytime, but now, surrounded by the city's nightlife, it felt like a world away.
I love that feeling, that shift in atmosphere. It's like the city puts on a different costume. During the day, it's all bright lights and busy streets, but at night, it becomes something else entirely, something more intimate, maybe? Like you're seeing a secret side it doesn't show everyone.
Exactly. The streets were mostly empty, just the occasional taxi whizzing by, its headlights cutting through the darkness. And the shop windows, usually so bright and inviting, were now dark, reflecting the streetlights like pools of light in a vast, inky ocean.
It's interesting how different things look at night. Familiar places can become almost unrecognizable, transformed by the shadows and the play of light and dark. It's a good time for observation, don't you think? When you can see the city in a new light, so to speak.
Absolutely. I was walking down Elm Street, a street normally choked with traffic during the day, now eerily quiet. The only sound was the gentle tap 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 of my shoes on the pavement. It was a pleasant rhythm, a soundtrack to my late-night walk.
Elm Street? Oh, I know that street. It's right next to the old theater, isn't it? The one with the beautiful Art Deco facade. During the day, it's always bustling with activity, surrounded by restaurants. I can almost picture it now, empty and quiet.
As I continued walking, the city lights became more vibrant. Vibrant means bright and full of energy. The street lights cast a warm glow on the wet pavement, reflecting like little stars. It had rained earlier, you see.
I can imagine that. It's a beautiful image. So, what did you notice about the people out and about so late?
Well, a group of friends were laughing loudly as they spilled out of a bar. Spilled out means they came out in a slightly uncontrolled way, like liquid spilling from a glass. They seemed to be having a good time.
That sounds lively. Did you see anything else that caught your attention?
Yes, further down the street, a lone musician was playing a saxophone. He was incredibly talented. The melody was melancholic, but somehow also hopeful. A small crowd had gathered to listen.
Melancholic describes a feeling of gentle sadness. It's a good word to know. It seems like you were experiencing a mix of emotions just observing the city.
Absolutely. It was fascinating to see these little snippets of other people's lives. Each person with their own story, their own destination.
So true. It makes you wonder what everyone is going through, doesn't it? Like, where are they going? What are they thinking about?
Exactly. I noticed a young couple holding hands, walking slowly and whispering to each other. They seemed completely absorbed in their own world, oblivious to the bustling city around them.
Oblivious means unaware of something. So they were so focused on each other, they didn't notice much else. It's sweet.
It was. And then, as I crossed the bridge, I saw an elderly woman sitting on a bench, feeding pigeons. She looked so peaceful and content. It was a very tranquil scene.
Tranquil means calm and peaceful. It paints a lovely picture in my mind. It seems like the city at night can offer a lot of different perspectives, from lively and energetic to quiet and reflective.
Yes, and that's what I found so captivating. It was like watching a silent movie play out before me, each scene offering a glimpse into a different world. So, to quickly recap what's happened so far in our story. Walking home late. Our main character, let's call him Alex, is walking home from a late movie. He usually drives, but his car is in the shop, so he's experiencing the city at night on foot for the first time. He's a bit nervous, a bit excited, taking in all the new sights and sounds.
Exactly. And remember, on foot means walking. He's not used to walking in the city at night, so everything feels different, a bit unfamiliar. He's starting to see the city with fresh eyes. He's already encountered a street musician playing a melancholic tune, melancholic, meaning a bit sad, thoughtful.
Right, and he was a bit startled by some unexpected noises, like a cat screeching, which means making a loud, unpleasant cry. He's also noticing the different smells of the city at night, from the aroma of baking bread to something less pleasant, perhaps from an overflowing dumpster.
Yes, and despite his slight apprehension, which is a feeling of slight worry or nervousness, he's starting to enjoy this new perspective. He's observing things he wouldn't normally see from his car. Remember the word, observe? It means to watch something carefully.
Now, where we left off, Alex had just passed a brightly lit bakery, feeling a pang of hunger. He considered going in, but decided to continue his walk home. Remember, a pang is a sudden, sharp feeling, often of hunger or pain. He's getting closer to his neighborhood, the familiar streets starting to appear.
He's walking a bit faster now, anticipating the comfort of his own home, but he's still keeping an eye out, still observing. He sees a group of friends laughing outside a late-night cafe, their voices echoing in the quiet streets. Echoing means repeating, like a sound bouncing off a surface.
He notices a lone cyclist riding past, the whir of their bicycle tires a soft counterpoint to the murmur of conversations spilling out from the open doorways of apartment buildings. Murmur describes a low, continuous sound, like people talking quietly.
And then, just ahead, he sees something that makes him stop in his tracks. It's a small, flickering candlelight in the window of an old church, casting a warm, inviting glow onto the sidewalk.
As I continued walking, I noticed a group of street performers. They were really captivating, drawing a small crowd with their lively music and impressive juggling skills. The atmosphere was electric, everyone was smiling and tapping their feet to the rhythm.
Captivating means really interesting and holding your attention. Like a captivating movie you can't look away from. And electric describes a kind of exciting, vibrant atmosphere. Imagine the feeling of a live concert that's electric.
Exactly. And drawing a crowd just means attracting a lot of people. Their performance was clearly popular.
So, what happened next?
Well, just beyond the performers, I saw a small, cozy bookstore still open. Its warm, inviting light spilled out onto the sidewalk. It was such a contrast to the dark, somewhat eerie alleyway next to it. I felt drawn to its comforting glow. Eerie, by the way, means strange and slightly frightening.
Like a haunted house would be eerie, right?
Yes, exactly. And cozy means warm and comfortable, often small and inviting. Like a small cafe with soft lighting. I decided to go inside. The bookstore was quiet and peaceful, a real haven from the bustling street outside. Haven is a safe or peaceful place.
So, like a shelter from a storm?
Precisely. And bustling describes a place that's full of activity and noise, often in a positive, lively way. I browsed the shelves for a while, enjoying the quiet murmur of conversations and the smell of old books. I felt completely absorbed in the tranquil atmosphere. Tranquil simply means calm and peaceful. I almost forgot about the eerie alley I had just passed.
Absorbed, in this context, means completely focused on something. Like when you're absorbed in a good book, you lose track of time.
Yes, that's a good explanation. I completely lost track of time. In fact, when I finally looked at my watch, I realized it was getting quite late. I needed to hurry home.
So you left the haven of the bookstore?
I did, reluctantly. As I stepped back onto the street, the city felt different. The earlier hustle and bustle had subsided, replaced by a quieter, more reflective mood. Subsided means to become less intense or strong. Like when the tide goes out, the water subsides.
And reflective, in this context, describes a quiet, thoughtful atmosphere.
Right. The streetlights cast long shadows, and the few people still out were walking with a slower, more deliberate pace. I felt a sense of peace settle over me as I continued my walk home, the city lights twinkling above.
That sounds lovely. A perfect end to an evening stroll.
Okay, let's quickly recap the story so far. Remember, recapping helps you improve your listening comprehension. Our main character started his late-night walk home, feeling a bit apprehensive. Apprehensive means slightly anxious or worried. He noticed the unusual stillness of the streets, a stark contrast to the usual daytime hustle and bustle.
Right, and then he encountered the street musician, a lone saxophone player whose melancholic melody seemed to perfectly capture the mood of the deserted streets. Melancholic describes a sad, thoughtful mood, often associated with music. He stopped to listen for a while, captivated by the music.
Yes, and after the music, he continued his walk, passing by a brightly lit 24-hour diner. He observed the late-night diners inside, each with their own stories. He imagined what their lives might be like, adding a layer of intrigue to his otherwise solitary journey.
He then saw a group of friends laughing heartily as they left a bar. Their joyful energy was infectious. Infectious here means something that spreads easily, like a feeling or emotion. It made him realize that even in the quiet of the night, life was still vibrant and full of different experiences.
And finally, as he approached his apartment, he saw the warm glow of his own living room window. He realized that after observing all these slices of city life, his own home represented comfort and belonging, a welcome end to his insightful walk.
The walk, which initially seemed daunting because of the late hour and empty streets, turned into a fascinating observation of city life at night. It allowed him to reflect on the diverse experiences of others and appreciate the simple comfort of his own home.
Exactly. He learned that even in the quietest hours, the city is alive with different stories unfolding. And by taking the time to observe, he gained a new appreciation for the hidden beauty of these late-night moments.
This story reminds us that sometimes the most interesting experiences happen when we least expect them. And even a simple walk home can turn into an adventure if we pay attention to the world around us. It's all about perspective, isn't it?
Thanks for listening to English Boost. Remember, practice a little every day and you'll see big results. See you in the next episode.